Today I'm back with 3 easy vegan mock meats for you, and 2 of them are totally seitan free. So we're starting off with the buffalo tofu lunch meat. We're using super firm tofu. I'm gonna cut that block in half. Now if you've seen my other tofu lunch meats, this is just another play on it. So we're going to start by cutting the block in half, and then we'll use a vegetable peeler. I like to use, it's called a Y-shape peeler, to make thin peels. And then sometimes you need to get in there with a knife and like cut off any pieces that are breaking off or anything. It's okay. You'll just get these really nice thin pieces, and that's what you want. To make the sauce, all we need is some Frank's Red Hot Buffalo sauce, garlic powder, and onion powder. So easy. You're going to mix this up in a large bowl. It'll look like this. Of course, if you want to add in other things like vegan ranch or other seasonings, go for it. Then we're going to coat the tofu in that generously, and then we are going to place it on a lined baking sheet. I like to do this with the tongs so I can spread it out well. We're going to pop this in the oven at 425 Fahrenheit for 10 minutes. It'll come out looking like this, where it's still a little bit soft and flexible, but it's a little bit more cooked. So now let's make a sandwich. I am just going to add some vegan mayo and vegan cheese onto some bread, and we'll add tons of that delicious buffalo tofu lunch meat. This recipe is so great. It lasts in the fridge for about 3 to 4 days, and it's really versatile. Use it in sandwiches, wraps, bowls, wherever you like. You can enjoy it warm or cold. I just really love how simple it is to make. It is just great for meal prep, and it's a really good one that's full of protein. Next up, we're going to make these vegan turkey meatballs with gravy. I figured these would be fun, maybe for Thanksgiving or Christmas. So we are going to again start with a block of super firm tofu. I love super firm tofu. It is the most dense tofu, so it works really well for a lot of things. Then we're going to add in a bunch of seasonings like garlic powder, onion powder, oregano. Everything's listed in the description box. We're going to take an egg replacer. I like the one from Bob's Red Mill, and all you have to do is just mix it with water. Whenever I say an egg replacer in my recipes, this is what I'm referring to, or you can use a flax or a chia egg. Add that in along with some breadcrumbs, and then we are just going to let the food processor do its job. And you may have to get in there with a spatula, scrape the sides down, but don't worry. And if you have to add in a little bit of water as well, that is totally fine too, you know, like about a tablespoon at a time. But basically you want to get it into a consistency where if you squeeze it and form it into a ball, it holds its shape, it's easy to roll. Now, you can taste this and add in more seasonings if you want. I did, and this is totally fine to eat the way it is. And if you're gluten-free, just use gluten-free breadcrumbs. Now you're going to take 1 heaping tablespoon of the mixture and roll it into a ball. And like I said earlier, everything is listed in the description box, all the ingredients, direct links to the blog post with the full written out recipe, printable version. So please check out the description box. So we're going to make as many meatballs as we can. I believe I made 16, and I'm going to spread them with a little spray oil before we pop them in the oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 minutes. In the meantime, let's make an easy vegan gravy. Starting off with some vegan butter, a little bit of Better Than Bouillon. I'm using the chicken broth one. You could use any of theirs. And a little bit of gravy master. And we're just going to add this all into a pan. Let this cook up for just a few seconds, really. We don't want it to get too cooked. Then we'll add in some cornstarch, or you could do flour. Mix it up, and it almost is going to look like brownie dough in a second. But you're mixing this up till it forms into this clumpy mixture, and then we're going to slowly add in water and whisk. So we add in a little bit and we whisk. We add in a little bit and we whisk. And this is what's going to help give us a really nice, smooth gravy. It just takes a few extra minutes to do this, and it's really worthwhile. And once it's all done, it'll be so silky and smooth. You're going to be glad that you took your time with it. Again, I'm tasting it, and then you can add in things like oregano, thyme, garlic powder. You don't really need salt because you just put 2 salty things in there. So whisk that up, and that's it. You can let it cook and thicken a little bit more, and then I'm just transferring it into a little easy pouring container. I'm also going to make some instant mashed potatoes. While I do love making potatoes homemade, like mashed potatoes homemade, sometimes instant mashed potatoes are just a little bit better, and I was just showing you that that brand is vegan friendly, and I just wanted to give you guys like a serving idea that it's just fun to serve this with like mashed potatoes or polenta, or of course you could do rice or whatever you want. So I just made the instant mashed potatoes. Easy, delicious, done. Our meatballs are all done. So I took care of the gravy and the instant mashed potatoes in the 25 minutes of cooking, and they look beautiful. They're golden on the bottom, exactly what we want. So let's plate it up, add in our beautiful instant mashed potatoes, a bunch of the vegan meatballs. We will add the gravy on top. Mine had thickened because it was sitting there for a few minutes, and then some fresh oregano, and you could do like rosemary, parsley, whatever kind of herbs you like. It just looks pretty with the herbs. A little black pepper, and there you go. These are all done. They are so good. And like I said, I think these are great for a holiday meal as well, but of course good for just weeknights too. For our final recipe, we're going to make a vegan salami, and this is seitan based. So we're starting off by adding in some beets and water into our food processor. My thought behind the beets was it was going to give it more of a pink color like traditional salami, and for some reason it didn't. It actually came out pinker the first time I tested it, so I'm not sure what happened, but I would still add them in. Then we're going to add in some oil, liquid smoke, tofu, salt, and we also have like black peppercorns, onion powder, garlic powder. We'll add all that in. And then we're going to go in with our vital wheat gluten. So this is what's making it a seitan. And then super easy, just let the food processor do everything and just let it do its job. I'm just going to scrape the sides down at times, but we're just going to keep letting this pulse for maybe like a minute until it forms into a nice mixture. Looks something like this. That's what we're going for. So then I'm going to scoop it all out, and I'm going to kind of knead it with my hands just for a few seconds. We're going to divide it into two so we can make two salami, and then you're just going to roll it out into a salami type shape, a log shape with your hands. And don't worry if like it is a little bit crumbly and falling apart. It's totally fine. As it cooks, it just totally transforms. So just roll it up as best you can. It does not have to be like a perfect cylinder by any shape or means. And then just like how I did with the vegan pepperoni and the vegan hot dogs, we are going to first roll this in parchment paper, and I'm trying my best to roll it as tightly as I can. And then we're going to roll it in foil, and that's it. It's like pretty easy to make this. It's a pretty easy way to make seitan. So then I like to twist the ends almost if it were like a party popper or like candy, like that's what it reminds me of. And then once we have them both wrapped up and ready to go, we're going to steam these for 30 minutes. All you need is some sort of a steamer basket. Of course, this pan has like the steamer basket with it, but you can find a steamer basket online. So I have some water in the bottom there, and then I'm just going to pop my little vegan salami in there. I had to like twist up the edges because they didn't fit. Cover them, steam that for 30 minutes over a low heat. Let them cool for 20 minutes after. So this is them coming right out of the pan. So then I'm going to let them cool for 20 minutes, and then we'll open it up. And you can even let it cool for a little bit longer, like 30 to 40 minutes, but you just want to give them at least 20 minutes. And then you'll be left with this. And isn't this just like the coolest thing? I think they look so good. I know the color isn't quite right, but the flavor is really good. It's salty. The whole peppercorns I think are really nice and special because salami always has like whole peppercorns in it. But if you just want to use regular black pepper, you could do that too. And then we'll slice it up. You either want to use a really sharp knife or you could use a serrated knife. And these are so cute and fun. And I thought this is also fun for the holidays because you could use it to make like vegan snack boards and charcuterie boards, and you have like your own homemade seitan. So I just made a cute little snack board real quick. If you've been around for a while, you know I love to make little vegan cheese shapes. So that's what I did. I added some crackers, pomegranate. I kept this really simple. I just wanted to show you guys it in action. Some parsley, and there we go. So these were our easy vegan mock meats. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon with another recipe.